நான் சொல்றேன்.
சொல்லுங்க.
செட்டில் வரும்போது மேடம்க்கு அவ்வளோ டென்ஷன். என்ன கிடான்னு ஷிவர் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்காங்க.
அவங்க கிட்ட கேளுங்க. அவங்களுக்கு கால் பண்ணிட்டு ஐயோ
நீங்க மாரி சாரோட கர்ணன்ல ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ண டைம் விட நான் பிராக்டிஸ்ல நீங்க வரதுக்கு முன்னாடியே நான் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணுவேன்.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, you know, you're shouldering such a huge film and the entire film is around him and ivlo physically and he's already given 1.5 years of his life for the film.
நம்ம வந்து ரஜிஷா மேடம் கொஞ்சம் உட்கார்ந்து என்ன கர்ணன்ல எப்படி இருந்துச்சு மாரி சார் வந்து இல்ல கேட்காமே அவங்க வந்து
ஐயோ கேட்டேடா கேட்டலன்னு ஒருத்தர் சொல்றாங்க.
குழந்தை முகத்தை பாரு போய் சொல்றாங்க இந்த பையன்.
இருங்க நம்ம கேட்கவே இல்ல. அவங்க வந்து குழந்தைங்க வாங்க உட்காருங்க. உங்களுக்கு நான் ஒரு பாடம் சொல்லி கொடுக்குறேன். மாரி சார் வந்து இப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு டைரக்டர். நீங்க இப்படி எல்லாம் ஃபாலோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா நீங்க என்ன ஃபாலோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா எல்லாமே நல்லபடியா இருக்கும்.
நம்ம ஒரு டீமா
இருங்க உங்களுக்கு டைம் தரேன். நீங்க
நான் வந்து மாரி சார் இப்படி மாரி சார் அப்படி நாங்க ரொம்ப க்ளோஸ். அவரோட ப்ராசஸ் ஃபுல்லா நான் புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு தான் நான் நடிப்பேன். உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட் இருந்துச்சுன்னா நீங்க என் கூட இருங்க, நான் பாத்துக்கிறேன்.
வாட்ஸ்அப்ல குரூப் போடுவோம், அதுல கேட்டுக்கோங்க.
ஆனா 2 நாள்ல செட்டில் அவங்க தான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆடுதாங்க.
You had a successful run with your first Tamil movie also, so I'm sure this is going to continue with your second one as well.
Hope so.
And நீங்க வந்துட்டு ஒரு you've produced a lot of Hindi movies. Now that there's no boundaries for Indian films, you know, like there's no regional boundaries have been blurring out. And see, for example, you Applause Entertainment, we've heard so much about you. We've heard you doing such brilliant films and series in Hindi, now that you're in Tamil and you're giving us very good content. So how do you feel about this whole blurring of the boundaries of the regional content?
I think there's no, first of all, I don't like the word regional. So I've always had a problem. I'm a South Indian myself, so I've been in Bombay all my life, but I don't think there's anything like regional. They're all languages and, you know.
Yeah, different languages. Right?
And the good thing that's happened actually in recent times is because of streaming, you know, it's broken down these boundaries. You know, originally we used to have a Hindi channel and a Malayalam channel and a Tamil channel. And if a Tamil movie releases and everyone is talking about it in Bombay, you've got to go and see it in that one theater. Then maybe get a DVD. You know, like it was so difficult.
It was difficult to...
Now it's like, what's this movie? Where is it? It's on Netflix. You know, it's pretty as simple as that. So I think that's wonderful. The other thing is that the amount of international content that we are consuming, hopefully the world will consume our content, because it's also, you know, people are getting used to reading the subtitle and watching the content. You know, everyone's getting used to that. It's becoming now commonplace. And I think that will allow us, like the whole world saw Narcos. Indians saw Narcos. Everyone raves about Narcos. We got no business doing that, right? We don't know anything about Mexico or Pablo Escobar or anything of the kind. But we love it. You know, everyone's talking about the adolescents. They're talking about Squid Game. So in the same way, I think all of Indian content can travel. I suppose the only thing we got to do is we got to make it better. We got to make it better and better. And I think the opportunity is there. It's here and now.
Do you think it gets better the more rooted it is?
I think it's always, that's the golden rule actually, that everyone keeps talking about, can you make content that travels? There's no such thing as content that travels. It's always content that's deeply rooted and succeeds in its home market. And if it succeeds in its home market, sometimes, if you have good fortune, good destiny, all of those things as well, it travels sometimes. Which is why even international content, only few things travel. We don't see every single piece of it.
Yeah, absolutely true. And Ninga Sona Madri, the subtitles, it's a boon, because, you know, even for us to watch an Hindi film, like being a proper South Indian, Hindi films, so many times there's something about that movie we loved so much. Like, for example, an old Shah Rukh Sar's movie. We find it so difficult because we don't understand, but still we want to watch because it is SRK, the king. And then we have some North Indian friend sitting beside us and hey, Nachi, what's happening? What's happening? Now we don't have that, and that consumption, you know, with no boundaries makes us so happy. And Sona Madri, all over the world. We have no business in the Mexican world, but then we are right in between, right in the middle of it. That's such a nice thing, and I think it's only going to strengthen the...
I think it is. And I think we are also, because of the exposure we've had and because of all the stuff that we are doing, all these young actors who've come up, and you know, they've grown up in a different generation. You know, like when I was speaking to Mari, there was this very interesting thing he said. So like he said that when he was about 15 years old during Diwali, and this movie is coming during Diwali, it's an important part in his life, and he said that he never really liked Diwali because he could never buy crackers and burn them, and so he used to go and spend the entire Diwali day in the movie theater watching movies back to back. So I was just trying to figure out that, okay, how old is Mari, and so when he was doing this, what was I doing, kind of thing. So 25 years ago, while he was doing this, I was making KBC. right? So when you were talking about, you know, the contrast of lives and worlds and all of that, it is true. It is true. You know, that we are all such different people and yet we are all the same. And everyone has a story to tell and there are such amazing stories to be told.
Yeah.
And what you need is to tell it with that purity,
Yeah.
which I think is something he brings to this.
That he does.
This
He
thing,
does
you
it
know,
very easily, I guess.
You know, I mean, when you look at these people and you see the movie, they are like, they've gone like serious rustic on this one.
Yeah.